Good evening, parents, and welcome back to our back to school night. We decided to make this movie to give you an idea of what it's like to be a fifth grader in Miss Cilio's class. We hope you enjoy it.
The first thing we do when we get into the classroom is unpack our book bag and hang it up. Then we order our lunch by coming up to the smartboard and dragging our name under the heading of what we want to eat that day. After ordering lunch, we read the morning message board. Finally, we have cursive handwriting practice ditto to complete before our small group ELA group begins.
At 8:40 a.m., we begin our small ELA groups. Some of us go with another teacher during this time, and some of us stay with Miss Cilio. While in these small groups, we work on reading skills and strategies to help us become better readers.
When we get back from small ELA groups at 9:20 a.m., we come to our morning meeting. We greet each other by name using loud, clear speaking voices and eye contact.
Good morning, Christian. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning, Christian. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Diego.
Good morning, Anthony. Sometimes we may share something and students get a chance to ask questions or give comments. I'm excited because I'm going to the Mets game. I'm ready for questions and comments. Katie, who are you going with to the Mets game? I'm going with my mom, my dad, and my two little brothers. Jason? It sure seems that you're going to have fun with your family in the Mets game. Uh-huh. I sure am.
Okay, one more question or comment?
Kaylee, are you excited for the Mets game? Very. Thank you for your questions and comments. We also read the morning message board together and go over what will happen that day.
After morning meeting, we begin our 90-minute uninterrupted ELA block. We use the Lit Life philosophy of having the complete four: process, genre, strategy, and conventions to help us build our reading and writing skills, improve literacy, and have a love for learning.
At 10:55, we begin our small math groups. This is our first year breaking up into small groups for math. And again, some students leave and go to another teacher at this time. During small math groups, we have activities that go along with what is being taught in class. So right now we are all focusing on place value, but we may either be doing reteaching, extra practice, or enrichment activities, depending on the group we are in.
After small math groups, we go to the cafeteria for lunch and then outside for recess. Sometimes Mr. C eats with us. If it's rainy, we usually have math with Mr. C in the auditorium.
Like you're touching your left ear. Guys, it's a fascinating thing, reflections. But another word for that is mirror images. Now, when you get to middle school and high school, you're going to start to talk about how figures move and how they rotate and how they reflect each other. And those are called transformations. Okay, when you get to middle school and high school, everything that we're talking about now, you're going to say, oh yeah, I remember that. Steve, that's what you're going to say. You see, yeah, I remember that. Reflections. Now, Jason, would you consider this a 2x2?
Yes.
Yes. What do you call this kind of multiplication when you set it up this way? Does anybody know? 90 times 70 is really 9 times 7 with how many zeros, Frank? 2. Yeah, boy. You got it. Go ahead, Frank. 9 times 7? 63. How many zeros? 2. Wendy, you good? Jason, you good there? Maria, 70 times 8. If you know what 8 times 7 is, how many zeros will you add? 1. Go ahead. 8 times 7? I can't. 56 with a 0 is 560. There it is. Yeah, of course. These are not easy. They're not easy. Well, do you know what 4 times 6 is? Then you would just double it. 8 times 6. Or do you know what 10 times 6 is? And then take away the 6.
When we get back from lunch, we have 1 hour of math. We are using Math in Focus, which is the United States edition of Singapore's top-ranking math program. Something else new this year is the hallway math chalkboard. Mr. Culiero has students come to this board throughout the day to work on math problems. Sometimes we solve the problems by ourselves and write our name by it, so Mr. C can check it later.
From 1:30 to 2:10, we usually have a special, like physical education, music, science lab, or library.
My favorite special is physical education because I like to run.
My favorite special is physical education because all the things that we do in gym.
I like to go to the library because I like to read.
My favorite special is music because I like to sing.
I like to go to science lab because I like to do the experiments with mixers and solutions.
I like the special music because I like to express by singing.
favorite special is physical education because I'm a soccer player and I like to play. I want to try to play different sports to get to be healthy.
My favorite special is physical education because I play all different kinds of sport and I get healthier when I'm doing physical education. My favorite special is computer lab because we get to do lots of fun and cool games, and we get to work on Microsoft Word if we do any projects. My favorite subject is music because I like to sing every time we do the songs.
My favorite special is computer lab because I love Mrs. Cilio's homepage.
My favorite special is computer lab because I love to go on the internet and learn new facts.
My favorite special is music because Ms. Devanza picks singer on the week and I love to sing.
After our special, we come back to class, copy homework, and pack up. And begin a lesson in science, health, or social studies. Our science program, FOSS, is a research-based science curriculum that provides meaningful science education for all students. We learn how to think critically while learning important science concepts. Right now, we are learning about mixtures and solutions in science. Our other science topics this year are human body, variables, and nutrition.
The Grade 5 Social Studies program integrates English language arts as we focus on the Western Hemisphere, the United States, Canada, and Latin America. Right now we are busy working on our Hispanic Heritage Month research projects, which are due on October 14th. After reading about famous Latinos, we had to select one person to do further research using books and the internet. In 5th grade, much of our computer lab time is spent on research projects. For the Hispanic Heritage Project, some students are choosing to write or type their report. Others have decided to create a poster, and after learning about how to create a PowerPoint presentation on the computer, some of us are choosing to present in that way. It will be fun to see everyone's presentations.
Besides the computer lab, the 5th grade has a laptop cart that holds 30 laptop computers. Each 5th grade class is assigned 1 day a week to use the laptop computers in their classroom to go along with the subjects they are learning about. Our class has a laptop cart on Wednesdays.
Our health curriculum is called Healthy Lifestyle Choices. This program provides us with the knowledge and skills to make healthy choices. So far, we have learned about having a positive self-image. We work in cooperative groups to act out different scenarios, practicing self-talking, affirmation, and visualization to help us keep a positive self-image.
As you can see, we are very busy learning so many things in 5th grade. We know it's important for us to follow the rules. Together as a class, we came up with these rules, 3 rules. Work hard, be respectful, and be safe. One of the ways we are motivated is behaving well in class. Is by using Mrs. Cilio's ticket system. If she catches us behaving well, or if we answer a question correctly, Mrs. Cilio gives us a ticket. We put our name on it and put it on on the basket on our desk. By the end of the week, there are lots of tickets in there. On Fridays, Miss Celio picks 3 tickets out of the basket. If your name is picked, you get to come up to the smartboard and spin the wheel for a treat. Some of the treats are get a drink whenever you want, sit by a friend for the day, get a free book from the Scholastic Book Order, or lunch with Miss Celio. If you get lunch with Miss Celio, then she takes you and a friend out to lunch, her treat. You get to pick if you want to go out for pizza or Chinese food. Miss Celio picks 1 more ticket out of the basket each Friday, and that student is named the Cool Kid of the Day.
Okay, Emily, your ticket was selected, so you can go ahead and spin the wheel. She got?
There will be 4 report cards about your child's progress in school during the year. A progress report lets you know how your child is doing between report cards. You will receive progress report in November, the first report card in January, another progress report in April, and then the final report card in June. If you want, you can sign up tonight for Parents-Teacher Conference November 15th or 17th.
We will be going on field trips in 5th grade. Some possible field trips for this year are Ellis Island, walking trips to the Port Chester Library, Maritime Aquarium, walking trips to Lowe's Theaters, New York
Botanical
Garden, a Broadway show, or Westchester Dinner Theater, and possibly a long trip in May.
In addition to class tests and districts tests, we will also take 2 New York State tests. In 5th grade, the ELA assessment is scheduled for April 17th through the 19th, and the math assessment is in the following week, April 23rd through the 24th.
We have class jobs in 5th grade. An easy way for Miss Celio to keep track of this is to have teachers' pets. We have each chosen a pet to represent us. Every week, Miss Celio chooses 2 names, and those 2 people are the teachers' pets. That means they get to do all the class jobs for that week.
We have a class pet this year. Her name is Sweetie Pie, and she is a guinea pig. One of the jobs of the teacher's pet is to clean her cage once a week and give her fresh food and water every day. We also get to pet her during this time. I don't want to.
Just lift her house out so we can see her. Just lift it all the way out. And there she is.
Other jobs include bringing the lunch count to the cafeteria, passing out papers, and being the homework checker.
Speaking of homework, in our class we have something called Homework Wall of Fame. In order to get into the Homework Wall of Fame, each month you have to do all your homework. Miss Celio allows only 1 minus since she knows sometimes you really do lose it or or the dog really ate it. But if you have more than one minus in a month, you have better do your makeup homework. So she can change the minus to a plus. Then you can still make it into the Homework Wall of Fame. When you make it into the Homework Wall of Fame, Miss Celio takes a group of photos and everyone gets to write their autograph underneath it. Then it gets hung up on the Homework Wall of Fame.
Fifth grade is cool because we have different clubs to join. This year we will have the Old Investment Club, the Student Council, the Yearbook Committee, and Photography Club, and a garden club. Fifth grade can also volunteer to help the PTA at their event. Speaking of the PTA, if you haven't signed up yet, you can tonight. $10 for the whole year. Look for the form on the table.
Since we're oldest students in the school, we no longer have to ask the teacher to use the restroom. Mrs. Cilio knows that we're responsible, so we have hall passes with a photo that was taken of us on the first day of school. We are allowed to use the restroom once in the morning and once in the afternoon. Of course, if it's an emergency, Mrs. Cilio will let us go too.
And why don't you get your pass and show us how it works?
If you haven't seen our class webpage yet, you should definitely visit it soon. Miss Cilio keeps us informed of weekly spelling words, upcoming events, who is the Friday ticket winners, and what they won, and who is the cool kid of the day. It's easy to get onto our class webpage. Go on JFK's homepage and click the teachers pages. Fifth grade. Then click on Miss Cilio's name, and that's it. If you want to see it as a calendar, you scroll down at the bottom of events and click on View Monthly Calendar. If you forget, you can ask your child for help at home.
If you are interested in being a class parent in Miss Cilio's class, it's a pretty easy job. You will be asked to help with fifth grade Thanksgiving breakfast, come with us on trips when we need parents chaperones, attend PTA meetings, and help out planning our fifth grade graduation. Just sign your name if you want to be a class parent.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Cilio, and I wanted to introduce you to other adults who are in the room with us.
Hello, my name is Alon Plummer, and I am a teacher's aide in Mrs. Cilio's classroom. I like what I do. It's very fun, and I have a good time.
Good evening, my name is Kristen Remy, and I am a teacher's assistant in the classroom.
Good evening, my name is Michelle Cardoso, and I'm the special education teacher in Mrs. Cilio's classroom.
Thank you for coming